Good afternoon, everyone. I am Janine Galang, your fifth reporter for today's topic. And today I will be discussing on strings and the use of strings in Arduino sketches. Alright, and these are the topics that we will be tackling. First, string character arrays, manipulating string arrays, function to manipulate string arrays, and array bounds. Okay, so let's proceed. So strings are used to store text. The working of strings in Arduino is similar to char, short for character in C programming. They can be used to display text on an LCD or in the Arduino IDE serial monitor window. So actually, strings are also useful for storing the user input. For example, the characters that a user types on a keypad connected to the Arduino. Now, we have two types of strings in Arduino programming. We have arrays of characters, which are the same as the strings used in C programming. The other one is the Arduino string, which lets us use a string object in a sketch. But for my topic, I will just focusing more on arrays of characters since other reporter will discuss the second type of strings in Arduino. Okay, string character arrays. A string is a special array that has one extra element at the end of the string, which always has the value of 0. This is known as null terminated string. So generally guys, strings are terminated with a null character because this allows functions like serial.print to tell where the end of a string is. Otherwise, they would continue reading subsequent bytes of memory that aren't actually part of the string. Alright, so let us have an example on how to make a string and print it to the serial monitor window. Now, so this codes right here is to display the word hello as our output. This can be seen here in our result. So it started with a void setup declaration. And we have here a list of commands on how to make a string. Now we have this char my underscore str bracket 6. So this 6 stands for the 6 character strings. So actually this is big enough for 5 character string. Okay, as we noticed in the word hello, it only has 5 characters, no? Ang pang ika-6 niya is a null terminator. This is because ang string man gyud kailangan siya og space for one more character than the text that we want it to contain. That is why our word hello has a 6 character string instead of 5 kay the last position is automatically filled with a null character. And we have here a serial that begin command. This is to tell the Arduino to get ready to exchange messages with the serial monitor at a date rate of 9600 bits per second. And we have here 0 to 5. This sa atong last nga this command my underscore str equal to 5 is equal to 0. This is the sixth array element. The sixth array element is a null terminator, and we have here 5 characters. The HELLO, ang pang-ika-6 niya is a 0, and that is a null terminator. And yes, a string can be printed out to the Arduino IDE serial monitor window by using this function serial.print in and the my underscore str. So, and the void loop. So if we run this code, we will have our result like this. Hello. So this example will show us what a string is made up of. A character array with printable characters and a 0 as the last element of the array to show that this is where the string ends. Okay, so we have here another example. So this is actually same example that can be written in a more convenient way as shown in our previous example, which is this. So kani mas easier siya ma-display ang ang word hello. So actually in this sketch, the compiler calculates the size of the string array and also automatically null terminates the string with a 0. An array that is 6 elements long and consists of 5 characters followed by a 0 is created exactly the same way as the previous sketch that we have a while ago, which is here. So same ra sila. Mas convenient lang ni siya. Kani siya gishow lang how to make string and how it actually works. Okay, so let's move on manipulating string array. Okay, now we have another example. Actually, if we run this code, this would be the result. I like coffee and cake. I like coffee. I like coffee and tea. So in the sketch given here, a new string is created and then printed in the serial monitor window. Now, for the first one, I like coffee and cake. To print this string, we just have to use this function serial.print parenthesis like to print this I like coffee and cake. Now for the second one, I like coffee. Now we need to delete this part, this and cake. Para kanirang I like coffee ang ma-store niya. Now to do this, the string is shortened by replacing the 14th character in the string with a null terminating 0. So this is element number 13 in the string array counting from 0. So when the string is printed, all the characters are printed up to the new null terminating 0. So the other characters do not disappear. They still exist in the memory and the string array is still the same size. So the only difference is that any function that works with strings will only see the string up to the first null terminator. Now to changing a word in the string, so as we can see here, I like coffee and tea. Na-change ang cake into the word tea. Now to do this, since the word cake is replaces with T, it first has to replace the null terminator at this command, this like bracket 13. So with a space so that the string is stored to the original created format. So the new characters overwrite CAK since three letters naman siya of the word cake with the word T. So this is done by overwriting individual characters. So ang E sa cake is replaced with a new null terminating character. So the result is that the string is actually terminated with two null characters. So the original one at the end of the string and the new one that replaces the E in the word cake. So this makes no difference when the new string is printed because the function that prints the string stops printing the string characters when it encounters the first null terminator. So this is how the sketch works here. And this is the result. So this is muna akong giingon ganina. Okay, so let's move on to the functions to manipulate string arrays. So the previous example that we used to manipulate the string is a manual way by accessing individual characters in the string. And to make it easier to manipulate string arrays, we can actually write our own functions or use some of the strings functions from C language library. So these are excuse me. These are the different functions that we can use, and these are their definitions. So actually, guys, this topic, you will access this on the book, page 54 to 55, for you guys to read their definitions and the functions para magamit nato siya to manipulate strings in much more easier way. Okay, so here is another example. So this sketch right here uses some C string functions. So this is the code and this is the result. Now, how the sketch works. Okay, so the newly created string no is printed to the serial monitor window as what we have done in the previous example. To print the string, so na siya, no? This is my string. Now to get the length of the string length is 17. To get this, we have this command. So actually this strlen function is used to get the length of the string. So the length of the string is for the printable characters only and does not include the null terminator. So since the string contains 17 characters, so we see the 17 printed here in our screen. Okay, so now to get the size of the array, which is 18, we use these commands. Now, the operator size of, it is used to get the length of the array that contains the string. So the length includes the null terminator. That's why our size of the array now is 18 since na-appeal na dari ang null terminator. Okay, so let's move on to how to copy a string. So as we have seen here in the result, no, we need to copy this. This is my string to this. So to do that, we use the strcpy function. This function is used to copy the str bracket string to the out underscore num bracket array. So the strcpy function copies the second string passed to it into the first string. So that's it. So to add a string to the end of a string, or we have this append a string to a string, or what we call concatenate. So in here, the sketch joins one string to another. So this is done using the strcat function. That is what we use here. And we have to add sketch, no, kay ato siyang adan of sketch, which is this is my string sketch. Now, this function puts the second string passed to it unto the end of the first string passed to it. So after the concatenation, the length of the string is printed to show the new string length. So the length of the array is then printed to show that we have a 25 character long string in a 40 element long array. So that is how it was done. So if you run this code, this is the result. So actually, so this is the explanation no, sa akong giingon ganina. Okay, now so move on to the array bounds. So when working with strings and arrays, it is very important to work within the bounds of strings or arrays. So in the example sketch that we have earlier, an array was created which was 40 characters long in order to allocate the memory that could be used to manipulate strings. So if the array was made too small and we tried to copy a string that is bigger than the array to it, the string would be copied over the end of the array. So the memory beyond the end of the array could contain other important data used in the sketch, which would then be overwritten by a string. So if the memory beyond the end of the string is overrun, it could crash the sketch or cause unexpected behavior. So that's it. So that's the end of my part.